We're back for another day here. I guess when I was editing the last videos, I didn't show you guys our new tracks. So here they are. They're nice. What?
If we black it out, somebody would buy it.
I wish we would black this thing out. This is our new style that we got. They look good. Went on nice. I guess I didn't record any of that either. So anyways, but as you can see, the cab flipped back up on this thing. So
You see a Bobcat in natural habitat.
oh, anyways, so what we've determined is that the seal on the pump has gone out down in here, down in this little way back in there. You can see there's a pulley back in there, kind of off, right below or right where the belt runs up to. Well, that seal on the hydraulic pump is what's out. And we've always been looking for the small hydraulic leak on this thing. Well, I think we found it now. It's that pump right there. You can see, well, I'm not sure how well you're going to be able to see. Back down in that hole, right down behind that cover is where that seal is. Well, I think we're going to have to pull the pump out to get that out. And to pull the pump out, the engine has to come out because it doesn't come out the front. But I think this, according to my dad who's worked on, well, you probably can't see me. According to my dad who's worked on a bunch of these, he says it all comes out as a skid. So we're gonna find out if that's true or not. And the question is if we're doing it right now or after we get done planting soybeans, because how we load our soybean planter is we got these big black boxes that we put on the forks, then we just kind of go along and sprinkle in it or fill our hoppers up. Well, our other skid steer won't pick those boxes up. So right now we're calling, see if we can rent a set of forks for our loader. But if not, this thing's got to go. It's got to do the job. And then we will take care of it after planting season.
You'd be putting the whole motor in. You guys can watch that too.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna do a motor swap.
No,
maybe.
Hydraulic motor once we burn it up.
Oh,
You know?
well, that just means you're gonna have to put hydraulic oil in it every day. But it is what it is. We're gonna fix it. It'll be right. But I told Jeremy that we should have sold this thing at 2,500 hours.
No, I told you that long before.
I said something about selling it at 2,500 hours and getting out of it. Because we're gonna start having issues because she's been worked hard. Not abused, just worked hard. And nobody went for it. Now it's got 2,700 hours on it and we're pulling the engine out of it. Change a seal on the hydraulic pump.
Balls deep for us.
And if something happens and this pump's actually bad, there's another $6,000. So this could be very, very expensive if that happens. So
You haven't even started buying cans of spray paint yet.
yeah.
There's $100 in spray paint here.
When we'd really like to go through and repaint this thing, do it nice, get what she deserves, you know. Little plastic surgery here and there, you know. Anyways, I mean, you can see here. Yeah, that's always cool. Getting paint to chip off. It'd be nice to repaint it. All right, so by the looks of it, I think we're pulling the engine out. Turns out we got like probably a $20 seal. Where'd the rest of these bolts go? Put them back in the holes. But we're pulling it out so we can at least get a good look at what's going on in here. And if worst comes to worst, we just put everything back on and run it for a while. I mean, I don't know what else to do. But we're 95% positive that the pump down in here is leaking. So we've talked to a few people, and pretty much what they've told us is that we got to pull the engine. And that's coming from the Bobcat dealership, and he just goes, we told him what we got going on, and he told us how much room. It's like, well, how much room do you have between the pump in here and this frame over here? I said, oh, like 6 or 8 inches. He goes, yeah, sounds like you're pulling out the engine. And so this is where we're at. Now it's just making sure we got the approval to go through and do it with the boss man. But I don't know where he's at. He's off. I don't know, wherever. So I guess we're gonna get a nice in-depth view on what we're gonna do to this thing. So I don't know if we want to start after lunch maybe, and maybe we'll just tear down a little bit of it right now, get everything figured out, do a little bit more looking and pulling some wires off. I don't know, but that's what the plan is. So we looked a little bit on the old internets there, and you have to make this sweet plate that mounts up here so you can just pull it out as one unit. Well, I don't think we're gonna get that. Like, we're gonna have to really finagle this thing in to get it in and out, but that's all right. I don't plan on doing this a whole bunch, so if we have to fight with it, oh man, fight with it one time, then it is what it is. So we'll see where we end up. As soon as I start recording, the heater kicks on. But anyways, so right now we let some coolant drain out. This one had just a little oil in the bucket, that's why it's not green. But we got the exhaust off. That was pretty easy. Supposedly we changed the exhaust gasket, but before, so these bolts all came out really nice. That was easy. I got most of the coolant hoses off. I think I got one back here. I think that's for either the turbo or the heat, or like a heat exchanger EGR valve thing. I think that's what that is. I don't know. It's all emissions nonsense. Just delete it. It's way better that way. You get cool turbo noises then. So I think all that's really left is pulling out the manifold or the engine brackets, and I think we got to do the AC lines. So that'll kind of suck because we don't have the stuff to actually do that the right way. So we'll just not talk about that. But anyways, that's where we're at. We got the battery out. We got all the wires off. This half of the engine, I think that's all of them. So this isn't a computerized model. It's got the mechanical injection pump, so I'm sure with the computerized ones there's more nonsense here. I mean, depends on what you like. This is a 2011 T750. It's got 2,700 hours on it. I don't know if I ever said that before, but we use this thing just about every day. So I think the other thing we gotta do is pull this airbox thing off. I'd like to pull it off with the turbo down there, but I don't think that's gonna happen. So it is what it is. We're gonna figure out something either to bolt into here and then over to this. I think that's how they do it. Then you're able to pick it up and pull it out. So I'm gonna try that. Otherwise, we'll have to figure something else out. But that's where we're at so far. We still have all of this fun stuff in here, up here in the front. So all the lines I just put on in the previous video, or the last couple videos, the first couple parts to this, are all right there. We gotta pull all those off. We gotta pull the arms off. There's a whole bunch of stuff in here we gotta take off. So it boils down to. So that'll be really exciting. I'm glad I just fought with this hose right over here. The bolts are on the back side of the pump, so I guess when we pull that out, I'll check those, make sure they're all good. Since it's apart out, I'll have a good shot at them. But yeah, so glad I had to fight with that just now to pull the engine out. Yeah, so if you're wondering, we just pulled the engine out of this, or we did 9 or 10 hydraulic hoses on this, all the drive hoses, the brake system hoses, and that's because the main supply to the arms, the valve body in there, actually wore a hole in the hose, so it started leaking. So while we were in there, we decided, you know what, we're taking them off, we're putting new tracks on, might as well just do all the hoses. So we did them all. Now that they're all on, we had it halfway there, I guess is how you could say it. We're pulling the engine out before, based on a hose thing up front, but that's, you know, that's no big deal. We only fought with them for like 2 hours, put them back on, so a little salty about that, but it's. So right now we're going through the manual, making sure we're hitting all, or crossing all of our T's and dotting all of our I's, you know. But you can see, printed off as a quarter sheet. Well, that doesn't really work for us. So Jeremy's got it up on his laptop, but I think where we're at is removing hydraulic lines, all of them. Everything, if it's connected to the pump, we take it off. Simple as that. Well, I think we got all the coolant lines unhooked back here by the looks of it. We got this to undo, but that's it. I think everything's disconnected on the back of the engine except for our one bolt. Then I think we got a bolt there, and
Hey, you gotta pull both the hoses off that hydraulic fan.
I know. So we also have bolts down here that are gonna be great to get to, so yeah, we're just gonna jump into this and see how far we get today. So as you can see, we got water flowing. This was Saturday's project, was to open all this up. What did we get? 4 inches of rain since then? Yeah, so we've gotten 3.5, 4 inches of rain. I mean, this end's flowing. The issue is our bank started to fall down because it wasn't even 12 hours after I dug it. It started to rain and it hasn't stopped. So if you go down where I dug last weekend, or last Friday, it turned out actually really nice. We don't have any kind of sliding or anything like that. Over here, we got standing water. It's flowing. You can see it flowing over there. Not here, but our culvert's not big enough, as you can tell, because it's at max capacity. So one thing we're gonna do is change this culvert on to probably a 30 or 24 or 30 inch culvert. Be done with it. So that's the plan. Just a little update on what we did. All right, so Jeremy's over here working on getting the hoses all undone. You can see there's the ones on the fan that we got to pull off because they're connected to the pump somehow. I think they're all just gonna get ripped right out the back, you know, just have a whole bunch of tentacles hanging on. But it's a fun job. You gotta lay in there on your stomach and back and work above your head, and you know, hole, and every wrench is too big for what you need to do. So it is what it is. Anyways, that's what we got going on. So maybe I'll figure out how to get a time lapse set up so you can watch us take all the hoses off. I'm sure that'll be interesting. So anyways. All right, so I think it's ready to come out. We got all the lines off, we think. Theoretically, should be all there. And if not, we'll find the tensile strength of it. So that's how I see it. And hopefully we catch it before we find that, but if not, oh well, right? So we got everything disconnected. We got that motor mount bolt out. There's 3 of them. One there, one right here, and one right there. Those are your 3. Thing. Don't quote me. I'll let you know if there's other ones. Those are the 3 I see. 3 of the manuals say. So should be all set on that. We're still, I guess we're gonna try to figure out how we're gonna dangle this thing. I guess that's step 1 here. I'm sure this is one point here. Might be able to bolt something in right up here. I'll get us a pretty good lift. Don't know what we're gonna do for back there. Well, there she is, boys. She's making a mess on the floor, but she's out. So, yeah. I guess we'll just shut it off right there for right now and look it over, make sure everything's good. You know, hey. Jerry wants to take it all the way around. I want to go all the way down. I think we need to put some blocks under it, but we did find out that our fuel gauge was still hooked up, so, well, that sucks, but it is what it is. Still there. It looks like it's all right.
It's a cute little thing.
Now, this is a little soup can turbo right here. How she spin?
Okay.
I think we need to maybe do a little turbo swap. Well, she's out. Check that out. Nice empty hole here. All kinds of room for activity. Mark and I are going to cleaning some of this junk out in here. Well, the engine's out. Hopefully we can then take care of all of our oil leaks. That'd be sweet. I mean, look at all this. Just hay. This is the one issue with feeding round bales with a skid steer, is any spot that can collect hay will collect hay. So, I mean, it is what it is, but not much we can do about it. Hopefully we didn't break the fuel tank or anything like that. You know, we were yanking and ripping, so I'd like to wheel this outside and pressure wash this. This would be kind of cool. But anyways, we'll do a quick little time lapse of this while we clean. So here we go. All right, so that's gonna be it for today. You can see we got the engine out. We got this all nice and cleaned out in here. Looks good. It's not perfect, but it is what it is. We might pull it outside and wash it just to clean it all out, because I'd like to get all the oil residue off and whatever's left. Might get carried away and pull the fuel tank out because we're here and there might be a whole bunch of junk piled under it. But don't know yet. Something to determine tomorrow. We're waiting for a puller to pull our piece off here, and you can see down right there. You can see how it's all washed away. That's what we're thinking is our leak. So we think the seal back here is what's bad. So anyways, that's all tomorrow's problem. Right now it's time to go fix the flooded basement. My girlfriend's sister's basement is flooded, so I guess I should probably help and take care of that. Be the nice guy that I am. Everyone says I'm not, but really, I am. So. Yeah, so I think I got everything for that too. Oh no, I want my rubber boots, 'cause, you know, supposedly it's over the outlets. That might be exciting. So a little electrifying. Guess that would be the more appropriate term for that. Might need my knee highs, but I'll start off with these, I guess. So anyways, that's gonna be it for the day. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Really appreciate that.